This prophet.
In addition, all Amalekite land between Edom and Gera to be given to Israel, together with a ransom of 100,000 shekels.
Take it. That's for you.
The prophet Samuel wishes to speak with Saul.
He cannot speak with him now. The king is engaged in the affairs of state.
Since when have the affairs of state taken precedence over the affairs of God?
Samuel, we welcome you. With God's blessing, our victory is complete.
Is this how you show him your gratitude? By robbing the Amalekites of their women and cattle and holding their king in chains?
We were discussing a possible treaty. The king is to be ransomed for one...
Treaty? Ransom? Saul, for this you have betrayed your own soul in the sight of God. His instructions were plain enough. He said, I am resolved to blot out these heathen from the face of the land, for I am a jealous God, and I abhor their abominable practices. Therefore, send for my servant Saul, and tell him to fall upon the Amalekites and utterly destroy them. Put them all to death. Men and women, children, babes in arms, sheep and cattle. Spare nothing from the sword. Nothing. When our tribes clamored for a king to make us like other nations, I answered them, we're not like other nations. The Lord of hosts is both our God and our king. The people said, we want a king we can see. We want a king of our own flesh and blood. Here are your kings of flesh and blood. Here is a king you can see.
Sinned.
Saul, I weep in the dark for you.
Forgive me.
Even so has the Lord torn the kingdom of Israel from the house of Saul. Soon he shall give it to another, a man after his own heart, and a worthier man than you.
And who's to say that Samuel is not a false prophet?
If Samuel is a false prophet, I'm a false king. It was Samuel who anointed me.
even as he has rejected me.
The people still look to you as their king, Father. They have not rejected you.
The people will not fight without Samuel's blessing. But what was his name? The man who wrestled with me until daybreak.
What man, my lord?
It was only a dream, Father.
Well, if it was a dream, send in my musician. Let me dream on. Dear God, my God, why have you forsaken me?
David!
You're David. I'm Jonathan, son of Saul. Your cousin Joab tells us you're a fine singer.
You've come to bring me to the king.
How do you know?
The prophet Samuel is dead, isn't he?
Who told you?
David! What are you doing here?
Who's minding Father's sheep?
I know, you've just come to watch the battle.
Well, what are you doing here?
Father?
I brought the boy, Father.
Have you seen him, face to face? I saw him, once. He smiled on me, too. But at daybreak, he was gone.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He lies me down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul.